I wanted to dive deeper and take another look at the Zillow forum where questions are asked by Zillow users. First, I want to show you my Zillow profile. This shows you a little bit about me, what I do. Over to the right, it'll show you all of the contact information. If people click on your name, this is what they're going to see. They're going to be taken to your Zillow profile. But notice the advice tab. When you click on the advice tab, it will load every single bit of advice you've ever given, the question and the answers. It shows you that I have apparently answered 2,245 questions, and I've had 72 voted best answers and 576 helpful. And if you look at some of the specific questions, here's one I answered. Pros and cons of 80-10-10 versus lender-paid mortgage insurance, or LPMI. It has the details of the question, of course the subject header, who sent it, what their profile name is, where they're from. Now usually they'll have a city, state, sometimes they won't, and you'll just see the United States. I can answer a question from anywhere because we have a federal charter and a 50-state license, so I can help anybody anywhere for a mortgage. But if you look at the answers, multiple people have answered. It's important to note that you're essentially in competition with other people answering the same question. This was my answer. I really took my time, wrote quite a bit, was trying to be thoughtful, articulate, and helpful. Other people answered. You can see that one loan officer said I was 100% correct. Thank you, Pierce. I actually know him. Some other people answered. I gave a follow-up answer. Sometimes it'll be important to follow up with something when they offer up more information, or you see another answer that maybe jogged your memory to say something else. And then the final answer was by this gentleman who said, Brian, as usual, gave a very complete and accurate answer. This particular borrower actually did contact me, did get pre-qualified, and did buy something. We actually did work together. Somebody else asked the question, need help getting a mortgage. They have 1 year of W-2 and 1 year of self-employment. All the details of their question. They were from Dallas, Texas, which I can help in. My answer was actually voted best answer, as you can see. And this person did contact me, clicked on my profile name, which again takes you back to my profile, which you'll remember has a little bit about me and then has my contact information where they can reach out by email, find my phone number, website. Some people will ask a humorous question. How can I get my appraisal for a refinance for my home with a medical marijuana grow room, which I found kind of funny, and I'm not quite sure I understand what the problem is. But then you get to the mortgage, the advice form itself. Now right now I have it set to be on all real estate advice topics. If you'll notice up on the advice tab, when you let your cursor rest over each topic, it'll have different subtopics. So when you let your cursor rest over advice, it's got all topics: home buying, home selling. I obviously focus on the mortgage form. Let's say that you want to focus on home buyers. You would click on home buying. It's going to load all the home buyer questions. But as a realtor, you obviously want to be location specific. So let's say you type in Washington, D.C. You would click on search. Now you'll find all the questions that were asked in the D.C. area. And what you're eventually going to want to do is set up an email alert. After you search on a specific locality, click on Get Email Alert. You're going to want to set the frequency to immediate. You don't want to do daily. You don't want to do weekly. You want to do immediate because people are expecting fairly quick answers. For you to answer once a day in the evening, for example, or once a week, by that time they've gotten their answer 20 times over and they're not going to contact you. So you really need to pay attention to your email. When you get the immediate email, answer as soon as you can. Of course, you would save it. Now you're going to be set up for all the home buyers asking questions in Washington, D.C. You may want to set another area as a locality. So you would go back. Maybe you want to search on Chevy Chase, Maryland. Now you've got a result for all the home buying topics in Chevy Chase. You go down and set your email, get email alerts, set it for immediately, save it, and you would do that for all the different localities that you operate in. Now, I also personally will go into the advice forum and I will go and probably once in the morning and once in the evening load the mortgage topics, all of them, because I'm not necessarily going to get every single question emailed to me because I can only set up 20 topics. And I've set up things that I think are pertinent to me and what I want to work. FHA loans, VA loans, jumbo loans. I've set some localities. I've set some keywords, but I'm not going to catch everything. So I'll go through and load the entire list and scroll through and see if there's anything that I haven't commented on that I might want to. And that is in general a little bit more detail on how to operate in the advice forums. It's important to note that I've got experiences with it. It's about a year and a quarter under my belt now, and it may sound surprising, but people will absolutely click on your name, find your contact information, and reach out to you and ask a question if they think that you have given the most articulate, detailed, appropriate answer. I cannot tell you how many people have contacted me from the Zillow advice forums, and then have ultimately, a certain percentage of those have converted to pre-qualifications and closed leads and revenue. This is definitely something I would spend time on if I was any realtor in all the markets that I operated in.